Part 4. It was dog watch now. Sonar reported no contacts. Radar reported no contacts. With the sun setting over the horizon, bearing 310 relative, obfuscated by a dark shadow drifting above the horizon. Without burning holes into my retinas, I made out dark silhouettes dead ahead of the convoy. Trees and mountains. Land. I chuckled, happiness causing my face to contort into a smile. Even Ben was on the bridge, with his own glasses, admiring the approach. One thing I and my lookouts noted was the distinct lack of buoys, lighthouses, and other navigation aids. Although that was not surprising for a landmass that has been under near constant bombing raids for the past couple decades, the continuous lack of radio traffic still frightened me. Even if we drifted into BAM Zone 3A or 1A, instead of remaining in 1B, we should be hearing traffic loud and clear within visual sight of the coast. However, a small cluster of lights just right of Tempest caught my attention. The lights silhouetting what appeared to be structures, and the lights themselves are way too dim to be even in use. I know curfews are in place, but man, I'm impressed. The baby-faced replacement lieutenant snuck up on it. A certain Mr. William Will Luther. I looked back at them. Maybe they're friendly? Yeah. I wouldn't be so optimistic, Ben remarked to Will. I sighed. Will was no sea wolf, and the past voyage gave me reason to audit his common sense, but he was an extra set of eyes and hands for the watch. He would never replace Scully, but maybe with enough time, we could at least bring him up to par. Then I noticed something. The ground flashing, being lit up by a dim light source. What? I focused on the town. Tempest happened to drift into my view. I realized Tempest was signaling the town with their signal lamps. What are they saying? Will asked. Me and Ben focused on the town. American. English? No radio. No navigation. Location? Support request. Ben went out. I frowned. Tempest is trying to call for help. Or at least figure out where we are. We all watched and waited anxiously for a response from the town of Blackout. There were signs of life. The dim glowing light proved that as much. But if we could see them, the Luftwaffe could see them also. And there were no changes to the town at all. No additional lights, not a change to their intensity. Nothing. Something felt off about this. Something very wrong. Then Tempest transmitted her Morse message again. Again we waited. Again, nothing stirred. I don't like this, Cap, Ben remarked. I heard Will take a shaky breath. Then I saw Tempest's searchlights spin around to face the town. Searchlights, prepare to illuminate on bearing 015, I ordered. Searchlights, prepare to illuminate bearing 015, Josh spoke into his mic. We're gonna light them up, Captain? I sighed, watching them intently. Suddenly, I was momentarily dazzled by the beam that was Tempest's 24-inch searchlight. Illuminate. Our 36-inch spotlight illuminated Tempest, half of the convoy, and the majority of the town, and dazzled me for a good 8 seconds. And what I saw, after recovering from every other ship shining its lights as well, was not at all what I was expecting in a European seaside town. What the fuck? Castle. No, not even a castle. It looked more like a square bunker placed inland. But made out of the classic castle stone bricks. I saw no windows, no firing slits, and the embrasures were too big and blocky to allow men to shoot over the side. What the hell is this? Even Will mumbled, studying the structure with an educated perspective. But one thing that caught my attention was a pier. Rickety, wooden piers that span out into the water, that maybe could harbor an 80-foot vessel at the most before ramming the shoulder. For a pier in a seaside town, there were no vessels moored here. Nothing that could float. Object bearing 130! Suddenly, Dozer yelled out. I instinctively swung around and faced the contact. Not met with an enemy ship, torpedo in the water, a surface submarine, or even the glint of a periscope. No, more terrifying than that. I froze. looking into the pale white objects drifting above the horizon. I took my binoculars down, shook my head, and rubbed my eyes. I have to be hallucinating. I've been up for so long, I'm seeing double. But when I looked again, with just my reliable Mark 1s, hope it was just a mirage was dashed. I didn't even register the commotion going on behind me. The gasps and cussing of nearly every ship in the convoy over the still evening. No. I took one more look. My breathing stopped. Tears came to my eyes as I watched a third moon approach the horizon. I shook my head in utter disbelief. Where the hell are we?